Most people see a headline and see a scandal. But for Marcus, a commercial electrician hired for a private restoration in 2012, the name Little St. James didn't mean anything. It just meant a triple paycheck and a non-disclosure agreement that was thicker than a Bible. He was told to stay in the guest quarters. He was told never to speak to the hospitality staff. But mostly, he was told to stay away from the building with the blue stripes. On his third night, the power grid on the south side of the island failed. Marcus was woken up by a man in a black suit. No name tag, no expression. "The temple," the man said. "The sub-panel is tripped. Fix it and go back to bed." Marcus grabbed his tool belt, his boots crunching on the bleached white sand. The air felt different near the temple. It felt heavy, like the oxygen had been sucked out of the sky. As he approached the building, he realized the rumors were true. The front door, it was a fake, just a painted slab of wood. "Then how do I get in?" Marcus whispered. The guard didn't speak. He just pointed to a small industrial hatch hidden behind a decorative hedge. Marcus descended. He expected a small utility room. Instead, the stairs kept going. 1 flight, 2, 5. He was now at least 40 feet below sea level. The walls weren't concrete anymore. They were lined with soundproofing foam, the expensive kind used in recording studios. He reached the bottom and found the panel. It was a simple fix, a tripped breaker. But as the lights flickered back to life, Marcus saw the hallway. There was a sound, a low, rhythmic thumping, like a heartbeat or a heavy machine, and then a voice. It wasn't a scream. It was a girl's voice, muffled and calm, coming from behind door 4. "Is it time for the performance yet?" Marcus froze. His blood turned to ice. He knew he should leave, but the human instinct for truth is a dangerous thing. He leaned his ear against the steel. "Who's in there?" Marcus whispered. The thumping stopped. Absolute silence. Then a different voice, deeper, cultured, and terrifyingly familiar, responded from the other side of the hallway. "Marcus, that isn't on the work order." Narrator. Marcus didn't look back. He bolted for the stairs. He climbed until his lungs burned, his heart hammering against his ribs like a trapped bird. He burst through the hatch into the night air, expecting to be tackled by guards. But the island was empty. No guards, no black suits, just the sound of the ocean. He fled the island the next morning. He never cashed the check. He moved to a small town in Idaho and changed his name. But the horror didn't stay on the island. 3 years later, Marcus was scrolling through a digital archive of the Epstein evidence. He found a blueprint of the temple. He traced the lines, looking for the basement he had stood in. His breath hitched. According to the official blueprints, the basement was only 10 feet deep, a single storage room. There was no long hallway. There were no reinforced doors. But that wasn't the twist that broke him. Marcus looked at the date on the blueprint's last revision. It was dated 2 years after he had been there. The hallway he walked through hadn't been built yet. Marcus realized then that the soundproofing foam wasn't to keep the sound from getting out. It was to keep the screams of the past from leaking into the present. And as he sat in his dark apartment in Idaho, he heard it, a faint, rhythmic thumping coming from beneath his floorboards. "Is it time for the performance yet?"